Hi, I'm Kev from uk.Cane. Don't forget, smash the like button, give us a comment down below. With me, as usual, the Chris.
The Kev. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, don't forget the care, don't forget to share. As always, please ring the notification bell and don't forget to free the fear.
On this video, we're going to actually look at enhancing our cane strikes. If you haven't seen the cane strikes videos, we're going to put a little link up at the top and I'll stick one down in the description for you.
What we're aiming to do is link how to hit and why you're doing a set of chain strikes. So we're going to relate this to our vital points as well. So what I'm going to ask Kev to do is do a number one strike. So my cane is the target, he's going to strike through. So what he's done is he's dragged the cane all the way through. This is in case he's missed and he's getting ready to recoil to do another strike, whatever he needs to do. It may be on a solid object, say that's somebody's leg, you're going to hit, you're not going to stop on it, you need to pull that way through, you're not going to make that leg move. So you need to drag that all the way through the target to get ready for your next strike. What Kev's going to do now is a number one strike and then followed by a number four strike. Watch the difference. When he did the number four strike, as you saw, he hit the target and recoiled it, chained it, ready for his next move. It may be that's come through, he's hit, he doesn't want to leave it there, I may try and grab it. I may not have been affected by as much as he thinks, but he's ready for his next move. So we've done a number one strike, coming through, following through with a number four, recoiled, and he's going to do a finishing strike. It's going to be a number 12, and this is a solid strike. So that would be the power shot. So as a sequence, through, tap off, finish.
As you can see, these strikes, nice long distance. But if Chris has got closer to me, I've hit him with the first strike, and it's moved his body towards me. I then tapped him here. I can actually come in with a strike. Now I'm going to change shoulders just so you can see it on the camera, but the strike's going to come down. Instead of doing the long distance strike, I'm bringing the crook in first, with the drag, strike again, drag all the way down. And again, this will lead probably to a number four strike, which will be a push away. So you've got the potential here of doing a long strike. If they do come into you, if you've hit them and it's forced the body forward, you're in this position, you're chained, you're ready to go because you brought your cane back and you've got your opportunity. So don't think you've got to start hitting like this in your position. Change the part of the cane you're using to hit with and drag through.
As you can see, we've done a 3-strike combination. It doesn't have to be those particular 3 strikes. But if you ever noticed in kata especially, they're done usually in sequences of 3. Now I've asked a lot of people about this from different backgrounds. A traditional answer I will get is 3 is a very spiritual number in Buddhism and Shintoism. If you talk to people who do pressure point theory and vital points, they talk about chain strikes. So what you're looking for is to build up the effectiveness of each strike. So the first strike sets up the second strike, sets up the third strike. It can go on and on and on. But that is like the goal. If you look at a destruction and construction cycle of strikes, it's always in a section of 3. We'll do a link on this later in a later video. If you're striking somebody with a cane, it's going to hurt. Let's be honest. We know this because Kev beats us violently. But I'm going for specific targets. So if you look at our vital points and pressure point stuff that we've done, there will be a link up in the description. I'm aiming for gallbladder 32, which is midway down by the thigh. This leg is slightly forward, same height on the inside of the thigh, and I would say, trust me, that is more painful than that. So with our dragging through strike, I'm going to aiming for here or here. Because knees forward, just as effective. When we're coming through the tap off, if Callum moves his arm up, we're aiming for here. Again, this is the gallbladder. This is gallbladder 26, tip of the floating rib. And I'm not dragging through this time. I want this sharp impact on that spot. I want it to penetrate, so by going bang, it's going to power through. If I hit him there, that's going to hurt, it's going to cause problems. It's not as effective. When we talk about this down, we want this solid strike. Gallbladder 21, the clavicle. If he's close, I can strike the third eye point, CV21. I can strike the stomach meridian by hitting through on this line that comes down here. These are what we call chain strikes, so I'm going for these. Callum's very worried about these. What I'm looking to do, I'm looking to drag this through, so this will be a long strike through. If I waveformed it as well, it's really going to be enhanced, so I'm really dragging this through. That will be my first strike. This strike, I'm going to whip it like a towel. So rather than just slap through, this is going to be you can see the motion of the cane there. It's going to get a lot more penetration through, and I'm going to retract it quickly through. This will be a heavy hit, a one strike solid finisher. If I was to tap those move your arm out of the way, I'll do the other side. If I was to tap these very gently, I'm going to really be gentle on this, but yeah. You imagine that's coming through, smack. I may have missed, as Kev said. He may put his arm in the way. That's going to hurt, but it's not going to disable him permanently. And then I'm bringing this down. This will be my solid hit. I will avoid the head at all times possible. If his arm's out, a solid hit on the arm will take him out. So don't think you have to strike these specific areas. You're looking to chain. Very simple way to do it. Grab your cane in the mid shaft. The standard punch. If I was to strike him, I'm actually doing a chain strike without realising it. I'm hitting 1, 2, 3. I've actually done this strike from here. I've done this strike on somebody, and by sheer luck, these 3 points in a chain is actually a knockout chain, which I didn't realise until the guy went down. It was very lucky. But this does this, and it repeats itself. So you're getting this constant machine gun effect with the striking. Like with all things, these are enhancements to your techniques. I know people who are non-responders, I can punch them here, kick them here, and they will look at me with this, what are you doing? That's doing nothing. They don't work on everybody, they may not work for you, but these are just targets to go for. They will enhance your technique. If I struck here, and I missed the pressure point, do you think that will really... it's going to hurt, it's going to cause a lot of damage anyway. Most fights happen here. On every video we've ever done, we've always said, you can't block a punch with the cane if the cane's not here, if you're not aware, if you're not ready. If he's close, he's in my personal space. This is my arm length, this is my personal space. I would then be worried, so I would be thinking now I need to defend myself. I wouldn't go straight in, smack him around the head. That's alright, that'll hurt you, not me. Yeah. If I go straight in with a headshot, he might just be really, really shy and come up and say, do you know the way to the local pet store? And I've just struck him. If I hit him on the leg, using that whip strike, that's not as bad. But again, it's still assault if he's just asking me a question. You've got to be 100% on this. But if he is close, I can bring this up, I can do the same strikes, but I'm doing them close in and I'm using my arm to assist on power because this is a very short distance.
Looking at that principle, fantastic principle, Chris is going to come in to be a bit aggressor. Usually the arms will be involved, but just so you guys can see, we're going to hit the arms back. So Chris has got a cross punch. I kind of like the whole facing backwards, it's just my personal point of view. And yes, I've got a sternal punch here, I've got the top of his right shoulder, the clavicle, and I've got a hip point. But if his arms are up, and I come in this way, he's got a nice little block system. So his arms are up, and as I like to do, I tend to get grabbed a lot in the chair. It might be something to do with my personality, Chris says. Now, we've got two hips here, dead centre is his bladder. So I would, double-handed, and make sure it be breaded so I don't go flying, I would come in, aim for the bladder, and then I've got the hips as well as I push away. Alternative, if my cane is in my usual position, I've now got a double-handed strike under the solar plexus and then rising up. So although we're showing you one technique, you can change the angles, change your hand's position, one hand, two hand, and aim for different areas. Right guys, this is normally where we end the video, and that great little title screen with Callum's done for us comes up, but we're thinking of doing Patreon.
So what we'll have is bonus and extended footage, possibly some bloopers of Kev making mistakes, because I don't make mistakes. Often. So check it out.
So let us know in the comment section if you're interested in Patreon. Again, we're just as a little thought, just trying to get some money for the channel.
Yeah, it's just an idea. Let us know if you think it's a good idea and it'll work or not. What I'm looking at now, same principle, but as you can see, I'm wedged in the corner. I've restricted my movement. I've done this deliberately. So if Callum's here, the first strike we did was the follow through. So it went all the way through. You don't have to do them in that order. Okay, these aren't set in stone. So if I'm wedged up, I've got very little movement, I can't do big swings, I'd actually be doing my tap first. So from here, I would be tapping off. I wouldn't get much power from that, so maybe I'm picking off. What I'm trying to do is get that first strike, the initial shock, to get in. I'm trying to get power. From here, yep, I can crack his arm, if it's there, his ribs, or tap that. I would actually initially go for a tap. So if I'm here, I can do this, but I can use my other hand. I'm trying to avoid hitting Callum on this one, to strike him. What I'm trying to do is get power from a confined space, limited movement. So it can be anyone. If he's not just going to be standing there, he's going to be in close. He may be grabbing me, ready to punch me, pushing me, I don't know what it is. So if he does a grab, left hand grab, punch, that's probably what's going to be. I'm not going to be able to get that up to there before he hits me here. So I need to be moving, doing something. My initial reaction will be to flinch, cover my head, but simultaneously flicking my cane. I deliberately stopped short there. If I did that, even if I miss, his reaction is going to be to focus his attention somewhere else. This gives me an opportunity. I can now start doing my strikes. I can do my tap strike there, my follow through strike will be coming back and through. My heavy strikes will be bringing these down, pushing them through. Think of the windscreen wiper, but use them as strikes. Change your environment and it will change your technique and your perspective of what you can and can't do. If you have got movement with the cane, this is something I do. I've used this a lot. When people I don't know are coming up to me, they may be just asking me a question. I don't want to make the assumption they are vicious, nasty brutes or anything like that. But I don't know. I'm paranoid. So I'm always assuming the worst, but I don't want to beat the living daylights out of them. So when they come to me, I tend to step to the side and talk to them from this angle. So they're offline, this hand is nicely clear. If they do get aggressive, I can then do my number one strike. I can move around them and do my other strikes and my heavy strike if I need to. Don't rely on just being static. If you can move, I like to go to that side because that's my canes there. If I come to this side, you can see that quite nicely. I've still got this hand I can use. I can use my free hand. This is my base support. So think about moving around when people talk to you. Don't just be in their eye line in a static position. What if you can't move? This is the problem. If he's in this position, I don't know him, my hand's going to be up ready to talk to him. We call this talking with the hands. If he does swing the punch, I've negated already. What I want you to do is use my free hand to control that arm. But if I start trying to just grab it, he's going to fight me for it and I'm going to be worried about that hand. So as soon as that's moving, this is moving. I can then do my strokes. So use your free hand, don't rely on this all the time. It may be, as he comes up, I've struck that, and that gives me time to control it with this hand. Think about this hand as well. Then you can carry on with your taps, heavy strikes, whatever it is you need to do at that time.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to smash the like button, drop us a comment.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so, so hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell. Don't forget to care and share. And as always, free to fear.